Everyone, Matt here from Docs Running, and today we're going to do a sub 2, maybe sub 3 review of the Brooks Hyperion Elite 3. So I was lucky enough to get a pair of these on a recent trip up to Brooks. It's part of a medical professionals little convention kind of thing. We got to see some really cool stuff, and I'm really hopeful Brooks can really get where they need to be. We'll see what happens here. But this has been out for a long time, so this is a very late review. I have seen version 4. I know it's probably coming out soon, but I figured get some miles in this to finally review it, because I've run it every version of the shoe and I wanted to see did things finally change, and the answer is no. But let's still review this and see what happens. So first off, looking at specs, we've got 8.1 ounces for men, size 9, it's unisex. My size 10 weighs in at 8.8 ounces, so definitely on the chunkier side for a racing shoe, although it is supposed to be a longer distance racing shoe. There is DNA flash throughout this midsole, which again is, from my understanding, nitrogen infused EVA, so not a special foam. There's a full-length carbon fiber plate here. Stack height has not been given, but I'm going to guess based on the Hyperion Max is probably in the realm of 34, 26, 8mm drop. It's not super stack, doesn't feel like that, and it definitely isn't. So going in a little bit more about what the shoe is. This is Brooks' premier racing shoe. It is the plated version, whereas the Hyperion Max is essentially the same thing minus a plate. There's a new upper, which is the big change, which is actually pretty nice. It does fit about a half size long, maybe a quarter size, which makes the shoe feel a little bit more stiff for me. Upper does stretch, which is really nice. Very small heel counter, if anything, back there. So upper is very comfortable other than the slightly long fit. Midsole is where things really struggle. It has not changed. This is not very responsive. It is very stiff. And at most, I would put this as a workout shoe. I would never race in this shoe. I'm sorry for those who have to. I have seen version 4. It does look a lot better, but Brooks, you've got to improve this. This shoe is very stiff and not bouncy at all. It's got some roll to it, but now with things feeling like a half size long, you lose some of that roll. It just ends up feeling stiff. That's fine if you're trying to go super fast and you want that stiffness. Problem is, you don't get a lot of bounce out of it. And at 8.8 ounces for my size 10, that's on the chunkier side for a lot of racing shoes now. Big part of that is, Brooks, you've got to update this midsole. This flash stuff, if you're not using people foams, you have no place charging $250. I think this is still a good shoe for a lot of people. It is, the wider base makes it inherently stable. The firmer platform makes it inherently stable. So I think this would be great if you put this as a $150, $160 shoe, which is what I would look for to buy this shoe. I honestly would not buy this version. I would look at version 2, which is basically the same thing. See if you can get it for $160, $150. But I can't recommend this unless you need a more inherently stable platform and you have a discount. So yeah, it's more of a workout trainer, not a racing shoe on today's market unless you need some of those components. Brooks, I have faith in you. You had some great racing shoes in the past. I'm hoping version 2 is better. This is not up to par with where things need to be.